Have you ever wondered why some people suddenly start losing hair, even when they use expensive shampoos, oils, and treatments every single day? What if the real solution was never inside a luxury bottle, but sitting quietly in your kitchen this whole time? Because when raw onion juice touches the scalp, something unusual begins happening beneath the skin. Blood vessels expand, dormant follicles receive oxygen again, sulfur compounds flood the roots, and the scalp environment starts changing at the cellular level. For centuries, onion juice was dismissed as a strange folk remedy. But modern biochemical analysis is finally revealing why so many people report thicker hair, reduced shedding, darker strands, and visible regrowth after consistent use. And the most shocking part? The science behind it is far more powerful than most commercial hair products. Today we are breaking down exactly what happens when you rub onion juice on your scalp daily, and why this ancient ritual is suddenly making a massive comeback. Before we begin, subscribe to www.youtube.com/UTM_source equals chatgpt.com for more science-backed health discoveries designed for real people. Now let's uncover what onion juice actually does to your hair. The first thing that makes onion juice so powerful is sulfur. Onions contain extremely high concentrations of natural sulfur compounds, especially cysteine and methionine-related compounds that support keratin production. And keratin is the structural protein your hair is literally built from. Without enough sulfur, hair becomes weak, thin, brittle, and prone to breakage. The follicles struggle to maintain strong growth cycles, and over time, strands begin shrinking in diameter. This is why thinning hair often appears softer, flatter, and lifeless long before bald spots become visible. But when sulfur-rich onion juice is massaged directly into the scalp, the follicles receive a concentrated topical supply of these building blocks. And this triggers something fascinating. The scalp begins increasing circulation almost immediately. Researchers studying sulfur-containing plant compounds discovered that they can stimulate localized vasodilation. That means the tiny blood vessels under your scalp begin widening, allowing more oxygen and nutrients to reach dormant follicles. Think about it like waking, sleeping roots underground. Many follicles are not truly dead. They are simply inactive, starved, inflamed, or trapped in a dormant phase called telogen. And once circulation improves, those follicles may begin transitioning back into the active anagen growth phase. This is why many people notice tiny baby hairs appearing around the hairline after several weeks of consistent onion juice application. The roots are reactivating. But circulation is only part of the story, because one of the biggest hidden causes of hair loss is oxidative stress. Every single day, your scalp is exposed to UV radiation, pollution, inflammation, stress hormones, poor diet, and environmental toxins. All of these create unstable molecules called free radicals. These free radicals damage the follicle environment slowly over time. They weaken the root structure, inflame the scalp, accelerate shedding, and even contribute to premature graying. And this is where onion juice becomes especially interesting. Raw onions naturally contain antioxidant enzymes, including catalase-related compounds and flavonoids like quercetin. These compounds help neutralize hydrogen peroxide buildup around the follicle. Now here's why that matters. As we age, hydrogen peroxide naturally accumulates inside the hair follicle. Over time, it can bleach melanin-producing cells from within. In other words, your own body slowly bleaches your hair internally. That is one reason hair loses pigment and turns gray. But antioxidant-rich compounds found in onion juice may help reduce this oxidative burden, supporting a healthier scalp environment where pigment-producing cells can function more efficiently. This is why some people report darker-looking hair or slower graying after months of regular use. Now, does onion juice magically reverse gray hair overnight? No. But by lowering oxidative stress and supporting scalp health, it may help preserve natural pigment longer than an inflamed scalp environment would. And there's another major reason this remedy works so well: the scalp microbiome. Most people never think about the ecosystem living on their scalp. But your scalp contains bacteria, fungi, oils, and microorganisms that constantly influence hair growth. When this microbiome becomes imbalanced, problems begin appearing. Dandruff, itching, inflammation, flaking, follicle blockage, and one fungus in particular is often linked to scalp irritation and hair shedding, malassezia. This fungus feeds on scalp oils and thrives in inflamed environments, but onion juice contains natural antimicrobial and antifungal compounds that may help suppress microbial overgrowth on the scalp surface. That means cleaner follicles, less inflammation, and healthier conditions for hair growth. Many people who begin using onion juice notice reduced dandruff within the first 1 to 2 weeks, and that matters more than most people realize, because inflamed follicles struggle to maintain healthy growth cycles. Imagine trying to grow a plant in toxic soil. Even the best seed cannot thrive in a damaged environment. The same thing happens with your scalp. Now let's talk about hair thickness, because one of the most visible changes people report after consistent onion juice use is fuller looking hair. Not just longer hair, thicker hair. Here's why that may happen. When follicles become healthier, they often produce stronger shafts with improved structural integrity. Sulfur supports keratin cross-linking, helping strands become more resilient and less fragile. At the same time, improved circulation delivers more nutrients to the root. This combination may increase the diameter of growing strands over time. And even a slight increase in strand diameter creates the visual illusion of dramatically fuller hair. That is why healthy hair appears dense, shiny, and voluminous. The strand itself becomes stronger. But there's an important detail most people get wrong. Application matters. If onion juice is prepared incorrectly, many of its active compounds degrade rapidly. High heat destroys delicate enzymes and antioxidant compounds. That's why cold-pressed onion juice is considered the most effective method. Simply blend or grate fresh onions and strain the liquid through a cloth or fine filter. This preserves the biochemical compounds in their active state, and many people enhance absorption by combining onion juice with carrier oils like rosemary oil or peppermint oil. These oils may improve scalp penetration while adding additional circulation support. Here's the recommended method. Apply the juice directly onto the scalp, not just the hair. Focus on thinning areas and massage gently for several minutes. Allow it to sit for approximately 15 minutes before rinsing thoroughly with a mild shampoo. Longer exposure is not always better. In fact, excessive contact may irritate sensitive skin. And this brings up something extremely important. Not everyone tolerates onion juice well. Some people experience redness, burning, itching, or irritation, especially those with sensitive skin conditions. That's why patch testing is essential before applying it to the full scalp. Natural does not automatically mean harmless. Consistency also matters more than intensity. Many people expect dramatic regrowth after 2 or 3 applications, but follicles operate in cycles. Hair growth takes time. During the first week, many users mainly notice reduced shedding and improved scalp freshness. By the first month, tiny new hairs may begin appearing along thinner areas. And after several months of consistency, some people notice visibly improved density, shine, and overall scalp health. The key word is consistency, not perfection, not overnight miracles, consistency. Now here's something most people overlook. Hair health is never controlled by one factor alone. Your follicles are deeply connected to sleep quality, stress hormones, nutrition, blood sugar, inflammation, and overall metabolic health. You cannot completely outsmart a damaged internal environment using topical treatments alone. That means if your diet is poor, your stress is extreme, or your nutrient levels are depleted, hair loss may continue despite external remedies. Onion juice works best as part of a larger scalp health strategy. A nutrient-dense diet, good sleep, reduced inflammation, healthy circulation, and proper scalp care. That is when follicles have the highest chance of recovering. So, what actually happens when you rub onion juice on your scalp daily? You increase circulation. You expose follicles to sulfur-rich keratin-building compounds. You help reduce oxidative stress. You support a healthier scalp microbiome. You may reduce dandruff and inflammation. And over time, you create a healthier environment where stronger hair growth becomes possible. That does not mean onion juice is a miracle cure for baldness, but it does mean this ancient remedy may have far more biological power than most people ever imagined. And sometimes the simplest natural compounds create the biggest visible transformations when used consistently and intelligently. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to www.youtube.com/UTM_source equals chatgpt.com for more science-based wellness content designed to help you understand what's what's really happening inside your body. And tell us in the comments, would you actually try onion juice on your scalp for 30 days? Or have you already tested it yourself? We want to hear your experience.